Let's make a pumpkin peekaboo epoxy-free tumbler. I am starting out base coating my tumbler with the Aurora 3-in-1 paint, color Tangerine. I'm going to do 2 coats of this paint. It is water-based, non-toxic, it dries very quickly. You can get it from us at Better Call Mall Craft Shop. And the nice thing too is that you can use a heat gun to speed up the drying process. Otherwise it does dry pretty quickly by air drying. Once the paint is dry, I'm going to use my Helios glue. It is a glue that stays tacky, and I'm going to apply a coat. I didn't think about it until I had already put this much glue on, but I'm going to do the tack it method where I burnish the glitter down. You do not need this much glue to do that method, so I did end up taking some off. And then I let that glue dry to where it's crystal clear, and now I am going in with my fine glitter. This glitter is from Cult Glitter. You can use my code BCM to save. And I am just burnishing it into that tacky glue, and it gives that really pretty effect. I like doing this method for my fine glitter if I know I'm going to be putting a chunky glitter right over top of it, because there is no wait time to have your glue dry before you go in with the chunky glitter. So now I am applying another coat of Helios. I'm doing it a little bit thicker this time and going right over it with my chunky glitter. The fine glitter was called Hangman's Venom, and this chunky glitter is called Decimate. Once that glue is dry underneath, I'm taking my tumbler and rolling it in a piece of parchment paper to smush that glitter down flat. And then the last thing I'm going to do is go back over this glitter one more time with a coat of Helios. That's really going to help lock that glitter down and stay nice and flat before I go ahead and start coating it with coats of my Hyperion, which is an epoxy-free top coat. Once the glue is dried back to crystal clear, I'm going to roll it in a piece of parchment paper one more time to really flatten it down, and then it's ready for its first flood coat of Hyperion. Once my glitter is completely smooth under coats of Hyperion, I'm going to apply these removable vinyl decals cut into pumpkin shapes. Did a horrible job of putting them on straight, but luckily because it's removable vinyl, they are easy to peel back up and get the wrinkles out. Once the decals are in place, then I'm going to take my Hyperion and I'm going to do just a very thin coat over all of the decals. This seals the edges down and makes sure that nothing will seep underneath of them when I go to paint or glitter the tumbler. Next, I'm going to take my Helios glue and a couple drops of the Aurora black pigment and tint the glue black. I'm going to apply it to my tumbler. The method we're going to do is the tack it method, or burnishing the glitter over top of these decals. So I'm just doing a very thin coat of the glue, and then I am stamping it like this to get any brush strokes out. The glitter I'm using is called Glowing Greed. It's from Cult Glitter. You can use my code BCM to save. And I'm going to just apply this glitter over the whole tumbler. You do want your glue to be completely dry to where it's just tacky before applying your glitter. Look how beautiful that is. And now I'm going to just burnish it down. It gives a really cool effect because it is a chameleon or a color shifting glitter. Once the glitter is nice and flat, then it's time to pull the decals back up and reveal the glitter underneath. The next step will be to apply my coat of Hyperion. Because the glue is already dry under the glitter, there's no wait time before you can go in with your top coat. And I'm going to do a few coats in a sand and it will be ready for the pumpkin outline decals. I've done a few coats of Hyperion and a sand on this tumbler, and it is smooth enough for me to start adding my decals. The decals I cut out of textured vinyl by Tech Wrap. This is the silver textured vinyl. You can get it from Gets Crafty. I have her linked in my bio with the discount code BCM. I absolutely love the way these tumblers turn out once you add the vinyl outlines. It just totally completes it. The last thing I'm going to add is a couple stars also cut in the textured vinyl just to kind of fill in some of the gaps. And then I'm going to place my tumbler care instructions on the bottom. This is printed in UVDTF. We do print in-house, and we can print these for you as well. You can order them directly from our website. And now I'm going to go back in with some coats of Hyperion. I'm going to coat and sand every 3 layers until it is completely smooth and shiny. And here is the finished tumbler. I am obsessed with it. I love how it turned out. I love that color shifting glitter on top. Let me know what you think and if you have any questions, and thank you so much for watching.